Hey guys, this is John. I'm back. I'm playing Grandmaster Hanumantu from India, and I am in the 3-minute pool. I thought this was a 5-minute game for a moment. Let's go e5. I'm going to do a French advance or a Caro-Kann advance. Wow, I've already messed up twice in this video. I don't know why I played knight f3. We're just going to have to go with that. Knight f3 is not a move I normally play. So let's see. I'm sending my knight to b3 in order to try to inhibit him going pawn to c5. To put this knight on f5. I certainly don't have a great position here. At least I have no advantage. We'll go c4, and he's going to get a nice outpost on d5. It's the only problem. Okay, this knight isn't doing much on this square anymore. So let's send it to a5, where it might be more useful in attacking b7. Okay, a3 now. Need to maneuver this knight as well. But first I'll go a3 and b4. Let's defend this bishop. Really? Doesn't that hang your c6 pawn? And I can take it with my queen or my knight. Let's take it with the queen. And try to force a queen exchange. Queen d8, he doesn't want to comply. I can go knight b7, but my knight is not looking too great on that square. So let's just go here. Rook c8, I'll play queen a4. Yeah. Attack that pawn on a7. Rook c2. No fear. She's coming into my position. Can nearly trap his rook. Just go here first, though. I'm spending a lot of time, but just want to make sure I've got everything secure. I'm up a pawn. It's going to be a really tough pawn to make use of immediately, though. It's totally blockaded. Ooh, is this a problem? Am I going to run into problems on g2? Attacking e3. Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't want to take it because his queen gets out here. Knight bd2, maybe? Nah, it's no good. Knight c5, perhaps? Also not that great. e4, he can come into e3. It's pressure all over the place. Actually, that might be okay. Let's try that. And then I'll play knight bd2. Thing is, I'm not threatening anything yet, though. All of these pieces are attacked, but they're all defended. I need a tempo or two. Let's just go king h1 first. Knight takes g2. Okay. Let's take it. He's going to take on d2, but then I can pin him. My time is going to be a huge problem. Got to go faster. Oh, he got out of the pin. I'm just going to go all out for a kingside initiative and hope it works out. Really? Okay.
Time.
Yeah, he does have everything defended for now. Time warning. Let's try to attack on the f7 square. Attack, attack, attack. Not threatening anything, though. Threatening nada. Oops, bishop d4. Bishop d4 wins my exchange. He didn't see it. Now I'm threatening queen takes h6, right? Oh, it's annoying. pretty much busted on time. Not much more to be said.
Check.
Okay, I'm just going to resign. Yeah, time was a big problem that game. Had a good position, but spent way too long trying to figure it out. Let's go back. I don't know why I played knight f3, like I was saying. I very rarely play this move. I can't remember the last time I played that move against the Caro-Kann advance, so, or in the Caro-Kann advance. Knight bd2. Reason I did that was to try to send the knight to a square where it could hinder his c5 advance. But I think after this bishop exchange, the light square bishop exchange, his position is looking very good because the knight comes to f5 and hits that bishop. It was never a good bishop to begin with. But the fact that he could take it, he's almost like holding the bishop hostage, he can just take it at any moment and then advance c5. That causes me some problems. So c4 was an attempt to like try to get a pawn break in before he plays c5 himself, like probably after he's castled. But I do create that problem square on d5. Tried to cause some ruckus by sticking my knight on a5, and he did that, which was really, really strange. Kind of a strange blunder. And I took here. Yeah, I mentioned knight here. It just seems like unnecessarily risky. Like maybe he just goes here, and my knight might not have a good retreat square. I might end up having to play knight d6 and give the pawn back. So possibly I should have played knight c4. Like knight c4, rook c8, queen here. And it looks slightly precarious for me, but I think everything's defended. Let's see. Let's see what the engine prefers. Yeah, it likes knight c4. Gives me like a half pawn advantage. Does it agree that I should take with the queen? No, it actually says knight takes is better. Slightly. Well, about the same. Interesting. So I took with the queen. He goes back. I come back here. And then the rook comes into c2. That was a good move. I thought that move would be too loose for him, but I can't seem to trap his rook. One line that occurred to me briefly while I was thinking about this was knight here, discovered attack on the rook. Rook takes b2, knight c4. Yeah, that was it. But problem is, even though his rook has no squares, he has, probably at the very least, b5, forking my queen and knight. So I may run this rook out of squares, but I think my position is too loose, and he can exploit it as a result. So I did rook b1. That just seems so horribly passive, but let's see if the engine can come up with anything better. Nope. Rook b1, and he took, yeah, and then played bishop g5. Oh, knight a1. I had to play knight a1 in this position. Really? So if I play knight a1, the super obvious move, knight a1, then what happens if he takes on e3? Let's say with the, I don't know, bishop.
Check.
Say bishop takes e3 check. Okay, so I can take and then play what? Queen b3? Oh, okay, knight takes c2. I'm still thinking this rook was only attacked once, but knight a1 adds another attacker to the rook. That's the point. That should have been obvious, John. Not this move, but the fact that it's attacking the rook twice. So, ooh, yeah, knight a1. I've said many, many times in my videos, and also to my students, backward knight moves, hardest moves to see in chess. Especially knight moves to the first rank. Because our brains, for whatever reason, it seems like we just process forward knight moves much more than backward knight moves. We're always looking like, where can the knight move forward, not backwards? So psychologically, that's a tough move to find. So I did e4, but then he came into e3 anyways. And I spent quite a bit of time. I mean, already here he has like twice as much time as me. Where did I spend all this time? Kind of just in the opening. Like he was moving. I mean, already here he has like a 30-second advantage. Kind of just spent a good amount of time figuring out the opening. He's just blitzing off like standard moves. Yeah, that adds up. I took a little time figuring out which way I should capture on c6. More time figuring out where to retreat the knight. And suddenly I'm down a minute. And then that didn't help either. Spending, what, 30 seconds trying to get e4 in? Shame, shame, shame. Yeah, and king h1 was not so good, was it? Queen b3. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that move a couple times. I just didn't pull the trigger on it. So that would attack the knight twice. Just force him to retreat. Yeah, so queen b3. I'm just going to turn the engine off. King h1, take, take, take. Looks like a good operation for him because he has that rook c4 move. And he played it instantly, so that was good thinking by him. That indicates that he saw that in advance. He did think a little bit here, though. Like 8 seconds. Kind of makes me think like he maybe didn't see rook c4 when he played knight takes g2, but I don't know. I mean, given how low I am on time here, even if I somehow won his bishop, it'd be really tough to win or draw this game. Yeah, now I just tried desperately to attack his king. Rook takes d4 is a really good move just to, I mean, in a long game, well, he might play this move even in a longer game, but it's a good move in a blitz, especially when he's behind, or he's way ahead on the clock, because it totally secures his position. Once he wins that pawn on e5, I mean, let's just flip this around. Like, check out how solid this position is for black. He has 2 weak points, g7, f7. They're both very well defended. And if this pawn on g7 needs more defense than just black's dark square bishop and his king, I'm sure he could always play something like f6, and the queen could join the defense. Or just play g6 and have me bite on a row of pawns. And meanwhile, e4 is weak. It's just a beautiful construction for black. I guess we'll look at the remainder of this game from his perspective. I was trying some like pot shots, like this threatens queen takes h6, which, by the way, even if I take his pawn on h6, it doesn't really get me that far. I'm not threatening anything major, even after that. His bishop on e5 is just like rock solid, keeping his position. Defended. Yeah, and he kind of just avoided any like pin tricks or something that could happen. Actually, here I thought he should play bishop d4. I think that just wins the exchange. Oh, but actually, okay, maybe I can go here if he does that. And he can't take my rook on f2 because I mate him on g7. Possibly this is still good for him somehow, but yeah, no point to mess around with that, I guess. So he did queen c5, hitting the rook. Yeah, it's too little too late for me at this point. I'm probably losing on position and the clock. This leaves his bishop temporarily undefended, but I can't take it because my rook is hit.
Check.
Yeah, over. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I think I'll play a 5-minute game after this, so expect the next video to be a 5-minute game. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you later.